Now that NVIDIA turning heavy hitters like the RTX 2080 Ti and RTX 2060 have arrived, the best graphic cards are more powerful and expensive than ever before. So, do you splurge on an expensive flagship? Or do you go for a more budget-friendly graphics card like the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660? Perfect for 1080p gaming? No matter what you go for, you'll be able to use the best graphics card to play the best PC games from Anthem to Devil May Cry 5. Remember that the best graphics cards can vary wildly depending on what kind of PC you're planning to build, so finding the best one can be hard. Luckily, we went ahead and gathered together all the best graphics cards on the market, at every price point and use case. So, before you go out to pick up one of the best graphics cards, we'll help you find the perfect one for your rig. Best graphics card: NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060. One of the biggest complaints we've had about NVIDIA Turing when it first launched was the astronomical prices. But with NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2060, NVIDIA brings value to the Turing lineup, or at least more value than was there already. With the RTX 2060, you'll be able to run pretty much anything at 1080p with max settings, comfortably experience 1440p, and you'll even be able to break into 4K. And then there's a chance the RTX features, even at this level, ray tracing is possible at 1080p. Best 4K graphics card: NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. If you're looking for the best graphics card, and you're not okay with compromising, you may want to consider the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. Without a doubt, this is the most powerful graphics card you can buy without going for a professional solution. And, especially now that games like Battlefield 5 and Metro Exodus actually use the RTX features, there's never been a better time to jump on the ray-traced bandwagon. Just brace yourself for that price tag. Best QHD graphics card: NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070. If you want to stick to QHD, with some brief forays into 4K, you might want to check out the RTX 2070. The NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 brings the new Turing architecture to the mid-range with performance that dwarfs the GTX 1070 that came before. Not only will you be able to play everything at 1440p, but you're going to get insane performance, up to 120 frames per second in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. However, you should consider that the RTX 2070 is significantly more expensive than its predecessor, so that trade-off in price to performance may not be worth it, especially if you're coming from a Pascal card. Best Full HD graphics card: PNY GeForce GTX 1660 Ti XLR8 Gaming OC. When NVIDIA first launched its Turing lineup, it was hard to find a model that didn't cost an arm and a leg. However, with the launch of NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Ti, and specifically the PNY XLR8 Gaming OC model, next-generation performance is attainable for everyone. You won't be able to do 4K 60 frames per second gaming with this card, but it's absolutely perfect for anyone still using a 1080p panel. At that resolution, you'll have trouble running into any title that slows you down. There aren't any RTX features here, but since there are only a few games that use them, that's not really a deal breaker. Best graphics card for creatives: AMD Radeon 7. AMD hasn't put out a high-end consumer graphics card since 2017's Radeon Vega 64. And a lot has happened in the GPU world since, namely NVIDIA Turing. And with the Radeon 7, AMD wanted to reclaim a piece of the high-end graphics card market. And it certainly did, but maybe not in the way AMD intended. The AMD Radeon 7 holds its own in gaming, but where it really shines is content creation. Packed with 16 gigabytes of HBM2 memory, the AMD Radeon 7 is going to excel in creative applications and will easily compete with much more expensive cards. Best VR graphics card: NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080. If you're trying to play the best VR games, you're going to need the best graphics card for the job. And, these days, that's going to be the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080. Packed with the latest Turing architecture and a Virtual Link VR connector, you won't have to worry about choppy VR performance making you sick. And, outside of VR, You should be able to play all your favorite PC games at 1440p and 4K without breaking a sweat. Best Mini Graphics Card: Zotac GeForce GTX 1080 Ti Mini. If you're setting out to build a micro ATX or a mini ITX gaming PC, you shouldn't have to settle for a low-end GPU. You can find mini graphics cards like the Zotac GeForce GTX 1080 Ti Mini. And sure, it's not the latest and greatest GPU out there anymore, but the 1080 Ti has a lot of life left in it. Plus, we can get that power in a card that's just 211 by 125 by 41 millimeters. The loss in performance is totally worth the beautiful mini PC you'll get. Best Budget Graphics Cards: Gigabyte GeForce GTX 1660 OC 6G. These days, with all the expensive graphics cards, more budget-friendly products sometimes slip through the cracks. We think that's a shame. The Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 deserves all the spotlights, delivering fantastic 1080p performance at a budget price. With the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 1660 OC 6G, you're also getting a healthy factory overclock and all the outputs you'll ever need, so you can play all your favorite games and have plenty of monitors attached. We call that a bargain, maybe the best we've ever had. Best Esports Graphics Card: Nvidia GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. Any esports player will tell you that high frame rates are far more important than beautifully rendered graphical details. And that's where the Nvidia GTX 1050 Ti shines. In a time where graphics cards cost as much as rent, it's an affordable but potent GPU that can play most esports games well above 60 FPS. It's a bit pricier than lower-end Nvidia GTX 1050, but you'll appreciate the extra power behind this card to play future esports titles, as well as the odd AAA title.